Yeah. Good. All right. Call to order the LDFA meeting, July 31st, 2025.
Roll call. Robert Bishop. Catherine Getty.
Here.
Todd Hurley.
Here.
Pete Katula.
Here.
Eldon Newmeyer.
Here.
Eric Schaefer.
Here.
Kevin Smith.
Yep, just ask for approval of the.
If
Approval.
somebody does walk in late, then you put it in the minutes.
Mhm.
You know, they arrive.
Approval of the roll call.
Nope.
Approve. I move to approve the agenda.
Agenda.
I'll support.
All in favor of the agenda?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. So moved. And
I make a motion that we approve the consent agenda as written.
I'll support.
then we need a roll call vote.
Hang on one second. Okay. Eric Schaefer.
Yes.
Kevin Smith is not here. Robert Bishop is not here. Catherine Getty.
Aye.
Todd Hurley.
Aye.
Eldon Newmeyer.
Aye.
Peter Katula.
Aye.
Motion carries. Yep, next up, just follow along the agenda, Pete.
Public comments? Seeing no one?
Yep.
We don't take any online, right?
Yep, nope.
Seeing none, we move on to the next section. Any presentations? None. Old business, none on the agenda, nothing else offered. Moving on, new business.
Okay, so our finance director, Ms. Glormar, presented a budget adjustment for your consideration. Really, the biggest item in here is increasing for engineering expenses for both the Irving and Railroad Street projects. And it will increase about 215 or 214 for that, and then some other adjustments in there. Receiving more revenue for interest earnings, and had to increase some for attorney fees. So due to the renewal of the TIF and all that stuff was the primary driver of the attorney fee increases.
The only question I had was administratively, with the 214,000, that was last year? And we just missed it in the planning?
It was,
Budget planning?
no, the actual expenses haven't occurred until this year. It was projected last year, but the actual engineering expenses didn't occur until this year.
Right, but I'm just curious. I'm fine with it. I'm just
Yep.
curious was there a gap in a miss? Because we approved it last year, we just didn't know that the 214 would happen, so we didn't plan for it.
Right, yep, moved from last year to this year is what happened. Yep,
Okay,
yep.
okay, I got you. Gotcha.
What percentage of that Irving Road project are we funding?
100%.
Oh, are we?
Yep, and phase 2 is supposed to be,
Kevin?
phase 2 is supposed to go out for bid. It should be out for bid the end of this month. It's probably gonna be next week sometime. And we're hoping that the same contractor, should have an edge, in bidding on that, because they already have mobilization and some other fees, taken care of already. So hopefully they'll get that and awarded, and then hopefully we'll be able to roll right into phase 2.
What happens in phase 2?
That's the water storage tank up by the well in the ski hill there. It's the big one there. So about 300,000 to 400,000 is what they're expecting for
Are
that.
they just relining it, or are they gonna?
Brand new, yep, total new tank and everything.
Oh, okay.
Yep,
But still be in the
Yep.
hill?
yep,
And is that something we're funding too, or is that?
yes,
Okay.
yep. That's something we budgeted for and planning on that. Yes.
Any other questions on,
I noticed on the form that the year to balance and activity for the month and unencumbered is in blue ink.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Is there a reason for that?
That's just how Glormar printed it.
Oh,
It's
okay.
in blue.
Okay.
No secret codes.
Nope.
any other questions?
Just one. Sorry.
No worries.
Do we pay that, that's, that 75,000, do we pay that once a year or?
Once a year. Yep.
Once a year?
Yep.
Okay, all
Yep.
right. The interest just
The-
once a year too?
Yes, yes.
All right. And that's up when?
That was included in the bills that you just approved, I believe. That 75,000 was included in that.
What year? I mean,
What's that?
what year is that paid off?
Oh, I think we had, I'd have to look, Eldon, but I can get back with you on that. I believe we have,
Because isn't that the reason we're extended
yes,
life?
yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
One of the reasons, yes.
Yeah.
I believe we have about 10 more years on that. I could be
Oh,
wrong. Yeah.
All right.
The bonds for the sewer project.
Right.
Yes.
That's all the questions I have.
Okay. Any other questions from anyone else? No? Seeing none, we move on to the next.
Need a motion to approve the
Okay, sorry.
budget adjustments.
We
Yep.
do need a motion to approve.
I'll move the budget adjustments.
Support?
All in favor?
No, we'll do a roll call.
Need a roll call on that one.
Kevin Smith,
Aye.
Catherine Getty,
Aye.
Todd Hurley,
Aye.
Eldon Newmeyer,
Aye?
Eric Schaefer,
Yes.
Peter Katula.
Aye. All right, passes. Next order of business, LDFA bylaws.
Yep, so there's been discussion, obviously it can be difficult to conduct business at the LDFA, which, very important board, but if we don't have, a quorum of 5, which is required now by the bylaws, it's tough to conduct business. Also, date and time of the meetings, right now, Section 2, you can change the date and time if needed. But if we had something more standardized, and if you wanted to have something more standardized, we could include that in any type of adjustment you might want also. So I'm looking for suggestions if you're interested in that. I think the history of requiring 5 members was to make sure that there was enough representation of the entities on the board, when making decisions, but it's up to you. I did speak with our attorney, Mark Nettleton. He said that we could, meaning you could make, an adjustment to this if need be. If you wanted to be a simple majority, you could do something like that, but it's up to you, and then it'd have to be approved by the village council at that point too. So open to ideas and suggestions.
I think the way they're written is very prescriptive, and I don't know that in other boards I've seen it this prescriptive and detailed. It's up to the membership, so I mean, I would think that it's enough to say that they be held quarterly.
Mm-hmm.
And then, based on the membership, we can determine, the availability that works for the current board. Because I've been on boards where we change it all the time, depending on the people that are appointed.
We have the term doodle poll added to the.
We have to do it January, right?
Yep, have to do January for,
Or we don't, I mean, you
but
can have
that'd
it in
still be
there, and
quarterly.
even that allows for the first meeting after that.
Within 90 days.
And it would be helpful if it weren't at 5. I mean, it took me over an hour to get from Grand Rapids, and that's terrible. But the world is under construction right now, and I can't, I literally broke.
Is a 6
lot
PM meeting, I don't personally love a 7 PM meeting. But a 6, for those that work in Grand Rapids, is a 6 o'clock meeting still doable?
I mean,
Yeah.
5:30 is fine too. I don't want to push it so far. I know that, we have other things going on later today. So, I mean, if it were 5:30 and usually our agenda is fairly light.
It's true.
And it doesn't have to be on this date, right? I mean, we can,
We try to couple it with the ZBA just for staffing purposes and things like that, but that doesn't necessarily have, I mean, you can really do it whenever you want. It doesn't have to be that either, so.
and ZBA meets at 6?
Yep.
Okay.
But if it was the same day as ZBA, we could just avoid the, 6, or we can do it a completely different week altogether. It's up to you all, so.
And ZBA is twice a year, so it's.
Yeah, as opposed to quarterly.
My impression, the reason that we chose at 5 o'clock was because the staff had so many meetings every night during the week. And that way they wouldn't have to hang around for them. And I realize that's part of the job, but,
Yeah.
but I have no problem. I'm flexible, so it doesn't matter to me. 5:30, fine with me. So.
5:30 seems like a reasonable compromise.
Okay.
And is there any, do we want to entertain it quarterly? Or is that what you propose?
That's, I'm saying just say quarterly, and then we'll come up with an annual schedule.
In
Well,
order
they have to
publish,
be-
So we'd have to have it by.
We'd have to have it by December, but we can figure that out, though.
But
We
we could,
can certainly avoid Fair Week, moving forward, so.
we could approve it at our October meeting.
Because it doesn't have to be posted at the beginning of each year and
Mhm.
the meetings would be during the year and so forth.
Yep.
Then subject to change.
Right. And I think, that would give you, if we don't give a specific week of
Mhm.
that gives you a little bit of time to look at your schedules, to propose something out to the rest of us.
Yep.
Help me understand what you're saying. Are you saying like schedule it every quarter for the next quarter, or
No.
schedule the beginning of the year for the whole year?
It's
Beginning
scheduled
of the
in
year for the whole year.
October for the following year.
Gotcha. Understood.
But for right now, we would be looking, our next meeting is in October. So that would give you a little bit of time to look at the village meeting schedules and then take a poll from our membership to see if we can find a date that works for everyone.
Got it. Got it.
Okay. And then, so basically consensus, leave section 2 alone with the exception of making it quarterly at 5:30 PM. And then what about section 6 for simple majority or 5 members? Any thoughts on that one? Or anything else, I guess I should say, for the,
I think it's a simple majority. It's fine. I understand why in the beginning, that was in place, with a new authority. But I don't think anything we're doing is so controversial that we need to have 5, more than a regular quorum.
I always thought it was because of the amount of money that we handle.
But the council handles a whole lot more money than that, and the county commissioners as well, and
Right.
we're ruled by a simple
Yeah,
majority.
but this is our money, see?
any other thoughts? Simple majority, everybody good with that? Okay, I'll bring it back, amendment in that. Anything else in the bylaws that anybody saw while we're in them?
I don't think so. I guess the only other suggestion, making sure that we're increasing the flexibility, right?
Mhm.
That's the whole problem we're trying to solve, is the flexibility.
Mhm.
And so being prescriptive about a time, I guess quarterly is better than prescriptive about the months, prescriptive about the time. Wouldn't we just say
Just
Meeting.
quarterly.
meeting will be held quarterly and
It-
then at such times that the board shall determine?
We can do that.
Yep.
Okay. I'll bring back an amended version for your consideration in October then. Mm-hmm. Yep, no action on that. Next is the LDFA plan. No, just amended it or got amendment number 5, which includes the Irving Road reconstruction project in there, the East Lift Station main replacement and lining, which according to the schedule, I mean, we really don't have a whole lot for this for this board to spend money on next year in 2026 necessarily, unless we maybe move that one up to 2026, or if we're looking at completing some of the other things that are on the incomplete list from amendment number 4, including well field acquisition or well construction project. We could include some of that in 2026 also if we were able to get our stuff in order and get that together. And if we had a spot to build a well.
So no new updates on a well location?
Maybe, I don't know. Anything, Pete?
Yeah, I mean, I think that we need to probably have another, outside of this,
Mhm.
a meeting to talk about that land and
Sure.
what we're gonna do. I think we're still okay with, there's probably some more details to talk through
Mm-hmm,
about going in the back corner of that land.
mm-hmm.
My recollection is that still the place for a well, or is that the tower, or is it both?
Both.
It's both,
Yep.
okay.
Yep,
Okay.
tower and well. Yeah.
Tower and well.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think we are definitely interested in backing up our offer to
Mm-hmm,
put that back corner of that property for something.
okay.
And we may not know what we're gonna do yet with, putting a building or buildings there,
Mhm,
which may mean that we have to be flexible about where you run your lines.
mhm.
So, but if you run them along the property line.
Right, which would make the most sense, I would think.
Yeah.
I'm not an engineer or a water expert necessarily, but it makes sense to keep everything along the, proper
Yeah.
lines as much as possible, all utilities, I would think, so.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Because this could help with offsetting the cost for running those utilities. So if you have an idea or concept in mind, how it would be done.
You mean for like roads and stuff?
Well, like, yeah, if we're potentially running utilities through there,
Yeah.
it's possible that would help to cover some of those costs if we have a better idea.
Mhm.
Right.
Picture-wise,
Right.
the boundary may not be most visible.
Right, yeah, that's true.
Okay. Well, we've got some ideas
Mm-hmm,
and maybe we could sit down and go through those.
okay,
But I think that that's something that we definitely could probably figure out for next year to get started on.
Okay.
So that would be something I'd put on the list.
okay. Well, it's already on the list anyway, but I can add it, after we discuss it more, we can have some more ideas before we meet in October. So it's on the amendment for 24 that I
Oh, yeah.
printed out, yep. So it's still in there. Everything that was on the list prior is still included. And then the only additions are the ones in Amendment 5, which include the Irving Road, East Lift.
Remind me what the scope is of the Railroad Street Improvement and Parking Lot Project?
The project itself is, we're looking at a complete rebuild of Railroad Street, yes. But we can't spend LDFA funds for that entire project. We can only spend it for the engineering costs of that because that's the only thing that directly ties to the industrial zone. So Everything else is more not in there, so,
So it's more contingent on the
Yes.
council's other priorities?
yes.
Okay.
But we're planning on doing that next year. Meaning not we, not the LDFA, but village council. So
So we could have some expenses related to that
could,
project?
could have some,
In
yes,
2026?
yes. Yeah. And probably will have some, but I think they've all but done the engineering on that. We've already spent that, so.
Do you see any major changes to the budget next year?
Well, it'll be a lot less if we don't have a major project going on, but if we do, work through that, I think it should be similar scope. So, the projections for, a well and tower and stuff like that are close to $1 million. So it'd be similar to what we've got going on right now.
Okay,
And we'll be, increasing tax capture too. So we'll have a healthier fund balance, and we'll still be receiving more interest earnings from Michigan class and things like that too. So it's going to keep growing.
Can you remind me what the gas main extension is and where that goes?
So that was we had to add some other projects in, but for the industrial zone
Oh, okay.
to the park?
to,
Or to-
yep, to Crane Road area.
To a
yeah.
future.
To a
industrial.
future industrial park.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay,
Is the same true of some of these other, like the East Lift Station or the Grand Rapids Street Lift Station upgrades?
Yes.
Is it all in anticipation to set the stage for?
Not necessarily. No, those are existing. The East Lift Station is existing, and just, as things wear out on that, and have to replace that. And then the Grand Rapids Street, same thing. They're already there still. Okay. No action needed on this either. But
Is this
Well,
what we needed to kick off the extension or the whatever that's called?
yeah, extension of the TIF. Yep, the LDFA TIF.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Is there anything we need to do with that? No.
You already approved it I believe in April.
April
Right.
10th.
Okay,
And then it was approved by the village council subsequently, so.
gotcha.
Yep.
Okay, got it.
So Laura, our treasurer, is very curious about the EMS millage.
Yep, she sent me an email today. I believe it's all handled already, but I sent it off to our attorney, and he's on vacation this week, so we'll get that. Yeah. He was here when she was here last time during public comment too, and I haven't heard back from him yet, so I reminded him of that today. But it'll be exempt from there, Eric. Council's already agreed to make that happen, so.
Okay. Anything else we need to do with, any other questions on that? No? So is there anything we
We
need
have
to
two
do?
items under other, if you're ready for other.
Do we have manager's report?
It
Anything
should
with
have been
that?
included in,
I don't think it was in the packet.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't see.
Sorry.
You got one?
it's the same as what was in the council's packet before, but
Do you need copies of that? I can.
What are
pull
the
it up on
highlights?
screen.
How about just maybe, you don't need to read through it, but are there any
I
highlights?
can-
Oh, I can pull it up.
Yeah, just pull it up on the screen.
Yeah, I can pull it up on the screen for you.
I don't remember what I talked about last time. Lots of trainings going on. Yeah, I mean, in my report.
There we go.
There's update on Irving Road, joint meetings. We had, I could probably talk about that a little bit. We did have a joint meeting with Planning Commission, talking about master plan updating and things like that. General consensus is to focus right now on marketing plan, for not only for the downtown area, but for the village as a whole, and kind of leave the master plan alone at this point, but look to see opportunities for improvement over the next couple of years. Consensus was that it's a really good document right now, and if there are some updates in the next couple of years that we need to work on, we'll include those moving forward. So. And then we have a new public works director starting Monday, and we have a new deputy clerk and admin assistant starting Monday also. So JD doesn't go by Jason, but what's that? Yeah, Pennock, JD Pennock, comes from Hastings. He's got licenses already, so he's in good shape, and he's already been doing a bunch of homework. He toured Bradford White with us today, and he's really excited to get started. So, and then Heather Shinovar will be at the front desk, replacing Kim but Kim's moving up to Public Works. So,
Nice.
Yep.
Any questions on the manager report? Oh, thanks, Greg.
Yeah, thank you.
Any other business?
2 questions. Okay. One is rather fast. I see in the bylaws that they do an audit of us every
Yes,
year.
yes.
Is there a letter sent out? Because we have to get the budget. The budget's always a
You
bit of
know,
a pain to start with.
I will send you a copy of the letter and the audit. It's all folded into the village audit. But I'll get that to you. I've not been good about getting that to you. I will do that.
Okay, appreciate that.
Mhm.
The other thing is, some time ago, when we had to buy 2.5 acres of the 7.5 acres to make 10 acres behind Speedway to make up for the
Oh, the wetlands?
wetlands of the less than 1 acre that we were destroying there, and this had to be set aside.
Mhm.
And I know that we paid, I believe it was $10,000 to have an outfit go through and take care of the the invasive plants and so forth, which they ended up doing. And then they were supposed to do that every 3 years or 5 years. And I think it was every 5 years or 10 years, they were supposed to burn it off to simulate the original, what do you call it?
Natural conditions or
Yeah.
something?
And I just wonder whatever happened to that, because I haven't seen any payouts to anybody in that, so. But if you go back, if you're in your records to the time of the bridge building on Crane Road, you should find some things in there, so,
Okay.
Do you remember the firm?
no. The only thing I remember is,
Fishbeck?
no, I don't know.
When we put in Carnival Drive, there were some similar things that we had to do. And Fishbeck was the group that we used. Maybe they know. But there's a time period that we actually were done with and doing any of that now. We've gone through that, and there's been lots of inspections by Eagle. And so now we're clear. So I don't know if this was in perpetuity, what you're talking
Oh,
about. Sometimes they're not.
I didn't hear anything about that. But I just remember they were supposed to burn it off. And the question I asked him is, does that mean that our fire department will be involved, and who will pay for that? And he said, no, we come in and we do it ourselves. But I've never, it seems like it would be in the paper if they were burning a good 10 acres in the village, so anyway.
Alex might know.
Well, it's not in Gaines Township, so it's probably not.
So Alex may know, because I know that for the United Way Day of Caring, when we do the trail,
Mm-hmm.
there was a woman that comes out and instructs us, here's this invasive olive tree and purple loosestrife and some other stuff. So I think he coordinates that. I don't know if it's the same stuff, but
I think it's Elaine Denton that comes out, helps identify.
Hmm.
She, at least that she used to.
is that who it is? Okay.
I think my guardian helps too.
Okay.
I'll look into it.
That's all I have.
Anybody have any other business? I guess I would add one thing. I would suggest, do we, because the bylaws allow us to do this, do we want to make the next meeting at 5:30? And then just schedule out, send out a reschedule
Yep, for October.
invite. Yeah, for the October 16th, maybe
Sure.
at 5:30. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay, October would be the budget meeting.
Very helpful.
And then can we hold it to 30 minutes or does that not?
We don't need to necessarily for that one because it's,
Okay.
there's no ZBA after that.
Got it. So do we need a motion or anything for that? Or is that just?
I'll make them, wait, I think we do, don't we? If we're gonna change the meeting date?
Part of their job is to see.
I don't think
people are
we,
going
well,
down.
we just changed this.
Just need to repost it, that's all.
Like
Okay.
this was a
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I just need to publish it.
Yep, just need to publish and post it.
You picked every one.
Yep, I can do that.
Take
Oh,
and
yeah.
put it under construction. It's terrible.
Great.
Good idea.
Do we have any other business then? Nothing? Seeing nothing, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Support.
So- You win.
Two supports, all in favor of adjournment.
Aye.
We are adjourned.
Eldon, you
Perfect.
can ask as many questions as you want. Those
That's what
are
we're here for.
interesting, like. Where did you pull the burning of the, what made you?
Sticky key. I couldn't remember.
I forgot to change the
It's
nameplate.
the swamp in the middle of, the area is called, it's a special. swamp.
Oh,